On to you, Sagittarius. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day. All right, so for you, Sagittarius, what you have got is the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, and then you have the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. So what I'm saying here for you, Sagittarius, is that I'm seeing that a lot of you Sagittarius are really starting to, see yourselves from a different perspective. Your self-image is starting to become a lot better. The reason why I'm saying that is because the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Wands, right? Queen of Swords represents you being a little bit more no nonsense. Yeah, you Sagittarius can have fun, and y'all have fun, right? Y'all are one of the zodiac signs of having fun, right? And all of that. You're known for having fun, but if the fun is built upon a good foundation, you're not just gonna have fun just for the sake of having fun, and you don't really have a whole lot to celebrate. And a lot of you Sagittarius are starting to understand why that is, right? That the foundation that that if the foundation is lame, then what exactly is the point of even feeling like you've won about something, or like you should be celebrating, especially if the foundation is not very good, right? You want to go outside and hang out and kick it and decompress and all of that and feel good about yourself, but then your refrigerator is empty, right? You really got a lot of different things going on. And so the situation for you, Sagittarius, is that a lot of you understand that. And so the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands represents how you are focusing on what you Sagittarius got to do. Now, you're in your bag, so to speak. You're focusing on what you got to do, taking care of your business. And why you have the Page of Cups is because you are not as focused in other people's affairs and what they've got going on more than you're focusing on your own. A lot of you Sagittarius has come to you have come to the conclusion that yourself that you have been trying to help and pay attention to too many different things all at once, and it's time to focus. And so because of that, that's exactly what it is that you Sagittarius got going on. Now, here comes the Queen of Wands and the Hangman. The Queen of Wands and the Hangman represents, now you have a lot of people here who, or you have some people who, or maybe this could even be yourself, where it's like, but what about this? What about that? What about this? Now, if this is you, regardless of if this is you or if this is another person trying to act like this with you, right? Then this is a representation of how, that if that's the case, you Sagittarius are still giving yourself a chance to fail. Because if there's one thing about success, is failure. You have to fail in order for you to actually be in a position where it is that you succeed. Failure is a part of the success journey, right? Failure is a part of the success journey. As an example, when I was going, well, actually, I didn't implement the Kabbalah, right? You actually gain the Kabbalah and the lessons from actually getting into the clip off, right? That's what it is that you actually gain. So you get 2 for 1. But when I was actually engaging and getting into the clip off, right, I was getting momentarily stuck in the abyss trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Excuse me, what exactly is no, this way, sorry. It's upside down. So what exactly is going on? And the answer to that is the fact that I realized that I had to let go, right? And see, this is what the Hangman represents. The Hangman represents the clip off. The Hangman represents the aspect of when things are hard, sometimes the best aspect in life is to not try to go against it. And this is what I mean when I say give up control, to stop trying to make things what what they are. Stop trying to make certain things. When things get too rough, when things get to a point where certain situations is just not working out, no matter how many times you try hard at it, then it's time to reevaluate and change how you address the situation. And so the situation with that is, so many people are so stubborn and so caught up with their own ego, that not the healthy aspect of the ego, the unhealthy aspect of the ego, the inflated sense of self-importance. It has to be done a particular way. And the situation for you, Sagittarius, is that a lot of y'all are learning that things don't have to be done a particular way. If you fail, then you, Sagittarius, should just brush yourself off, get up, and figure it out. But that's a journey for you, Sagittarius, to go through. It's not for anyone else to go through. Them talking about how you're failing and all this stuff, okay, but then at the same time, that's your journey. You know, it's like a person who constantly talks about how it is that you're worthless and stuff like this. It's like anytime you see a person going hard like that to talk to you about how worthless you are and how you're not amounting to anything and how you're lame and all of this stuff, you really got to ask yourself, why are they going so hard? Why are they doing too much? Why do they have to make it a point, to the degree that they've made it like a literal objective in their own life, to tell you just how lame you are? It's more than likely because, well, it is, but I'm saying it from a facetious aspect, okay? It's the fact that more than likely what it is the fact that it's because you're not useless. You're not valueless. It's just that for whatever reason, they're jealous. They got something going on with themselves that they need to fix. And so that's where you Sagittarius are. You have people who may have formed an opinion about what you Sagittarius are, where you're going in your life. And you Sagittarius are above that, because this is not what it is that you Sagittarius need to be hearing. Because they don't have to walk in the same shoes that you Sagittarius have to walk in. So the Six of Wands represents how, and that's the funny thing. You're being prosperous with the success that you're gaining. So what exactly is their problem? What are they bugging out about? What are they having such a situation with, where it's like they have to constantly have something about what you're doing and why you're doing it? You Sagittarius are not running around creating mess and doing things the wrong way. You Sagittarius are figuring out and doing things the right way, the way where you can look at yourself in the mirror all the time. So if you ask me, that's a success story. All you Sagittarius have to do is continue to be more successful, and if you want to, grow the success. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is evidence of that. The Nine of Swords, all the criticisms. And it's like, but whatever you Sagittarius have got going on, it's working for you though. So why, yet again, I have to ask the proverbial rhetorical question, why are they going so hard to talk to you, Sagittarius, about how you have a situation that you need to fix? You Sagittarius don't need to fix anything. Y'all are already successful in your own right. So what are they complaining about? Right? They're complaining because they want you to do things like them. But the stupidity is they want you to do things, right? Whether it's family members or someone that you could be getting to know, starting to show you certain aspects of themselves that they may not really be the one for you like that, because jealousy is gonna be an important factor. It's gonna come into play when you interact with them. You Sagittarius are understanding that you can't have these people around you like that. You're starting to realize, like, the jealousy is too much. The jealousy is too powerful. They got too much jealousy going on. And I've talked about this before, that like the Knight of Cups and the Emperor, I've talked about this before, that when this jealousy, let's tell the truth, jealousy and envy is one of the most important factors as to why relationships nowadays break up. But people don't talk about that. People only go on the BS surface levels. Oh, it's about your money. It's about this. It's about that. And then the way that they frame it from a perspective of it's not understood. You can't understand it. There's nothing that you can do. When you can understand it, there is information about it. And there are most definitely things you can do. You just have to be able to understand. And jealousy is and slash envy is one of the most powerful reasons why relationships today don't end up working out. People don't want to come out and say that even when they're with their significant other, they are jealous of their significant other, and the jealousy plays into a part. That's why it is that they play these games in the relationship. And then now you, Sagittarius, are thinking to yourself, well, why exactly is it that these people are just showing up with this stuff out of the blue? It's because they're jealous. It's because they're envious. It's because they have their own personalized, internalized, and externalized situations that they've got going on that they have not addressed about themselves to stop. And so the situation with that is the Knight of Cups and the Emperor is about how, but you, Sagittarius, are well off though. Y'all are plentiful though, and that's the stupidity in it. They want you, Sagittarius, whether it's family members, whether it's significant others that you're thinking about like cutting loose and not being with anymore, whether it's so-called friends, they want you to do things the way that they want you to do things. But the stupidity in it is, but they're not actually more successful than you. You, Sagittarius, actually feel good about what you do. You feel good about where your life is going. You can see clearly where your life is going. You can have the ability to map out where your life is going. That's another aspect of you knowing what type of career that you should have too, is if you can see yourself doing this for a very long amount of time. And a lot of the times, part of the reason why people can't see themselves doing X, Y, and Z for a certain amount of time is because of the fact that it's not necessarily a job that's fit for them. Uh-oh. And so now the next step with that is the Magician and the Eight of Cups. The Magician and the Eight of Cups right here represent. So a lot of you are quietly working behind the scenes, handling your business, doing your thing. And then the situation with that is the Eight of Cups. You're gonna get away from anybody who is jealous. Because you have some jealousy around you. You have some people around you who is hypercritical about what you have going on, but yet at the same time, you're a success story. So it's like, what is the situation? Why they're just fretting up about it? What is going on where they have such you know what I'm saying? Like they just have something that they've got going on. Why? It's because they're jealous. Because if you're successful with it and you're not running around here doing, stupid stuff and whatnot, what's so wrong with that? Like, live and let live, right? Everybody got to figure out their own ways. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it is this person and what they've got going on emotionally. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Swords, and then you have the Four of Cups to clarify the Eight of Cups. So this is my point. The Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Wands. So they're watching you, right? Some of you Sagittarius may have even left this person because of that. If you left, regardless of if you left or if you didn't, is irrelevant. They're watching you. If you're still around, they are jealous of the fact that you, Sagittarius, are actually happy that the sun came up and that you get a chance. You are you. They don't like that. And so this is what I mean when I say you got to watch the value of the people that you have around you too, because sometimes you'll be having people around you who are very jealous of the situation and what you got going on. It don't matter if you work at a desk job. It doesn't matter if you work in a sewer line. It don't matter if you work as a construction worker. If you love your job, you're figuring things out, got things well planned, you have a peace of mind, you'll have people around you sometimes who don't like that. They got something going on with themselves where they don't like that. Now they got a chip on their shoulder. Now they figure they got to do everything in their power to get you all upset. Now you in a position, you Sagittarius are in a position where you Sagittarius feel like what's going on, and a lot of you Sagittarius probably did leave, probably did leave. And because of the fact that you did leave, watching you, thinking a lot about you, right? Two of Swords, Four of Cups. They can't accept the reason why you left. You left because they was jealous. And they working against you and not with you. How is a relationship supposed to work if you can't clap for the significant other, if you can't be happy for your significant other? This is what I'm trying to say. You got to, everyone got to has to get jealousy out their system. They got to get jealousy out of their system. That is something that's going to squander any relationship. Right? When I see people in my neighborhood pulling up with some fly cars, I always clap. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not watching and chilling and because I love the view. So I'm not watching and just upset why they gotta have a fancy car. I don't do that. I clap. I'm like, hey, good stuff. That's what's up. Proud of you. So that's pretty much it. They need to be doing the same too. Otherwise, you can't be around them. And you shouldn't be around anybody like that, because you Sagittarius, y'all are cleaning yourselves up. And it's just a matter of, can they go? That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video, hit that notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos, because I'm trying to get my YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 24,800 and change. Okay, so please support the channel. Also, if you want to get a personal reading from me, you want to get any of my books, you want to get Kareemspiritworks clothing, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link in the comment section. Peace. Have a good one.